All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the shack. It's me, your host. Um, I come to you and make this video with a heavy heart. Um, I have decided late last night, early this morning, depending on how you want to look at it, going to redo this layout track wise. I came to the realization that the way I have this set up right now is not going to work for me. I know I'm not going to be happy about it. So when I designed this layout, I designed primarily track work with scenery secondary. And I kind of shot myself in the foot with that. Give me 1 second and I'll show you why. I have majority of these kits that I want to incorporate into the layout somewhere. Obviously, they don't all have to be incorporated, but there's quite a few of them that I want to incorporate. This I want to incorporate. I have a bunch of these kits that I want to incorporate. Bar mills. You know, I have some signage and stuff like that that I want to make. Here's my ash pit that I want to incorporate near the roundhouse. So that being said, I have a lot of kits that I want to incorporate. So I did not take in the scenery as a major part of designing this layout. I really didn't. So I always said that if I ever make my dream layout, that I want an area for, I call it like a storage yard, where various cars will be waiting to be put out, set out for the track. I don't I'm not really into specifics as far as things have to be as done a certain way. You got to get orders before you go out, and all these time cards and all this other stuff. To me, that's just a bunch of yahoo, and it's just not me. I like to run trains because I enjoy it. I don't want to have it set up to be a job to run trains. That's not what I want to do. So, what I'd like to do, and I don't know how to do this with my bench work the way I have it, other than the styrofoam risers. But what I want to do is I want to cut it down from 3 tracks to 2 tracks, bring the outside more towards the middle. This will give me room for scenery, buildings, trees, whatever I want to do. I want to make some tunnels, and ideally I would love to do a bridge or two. I have a couple of bridges, but because of my bench work, I don't know how to incorporate or make it set up for bridges. Now, I will admit my mind is still on the 4x8 type of layout setup, and I'm trying to get away from that. But my brain, it wants to revert back to that a lot of times, and so I have to kind of stop and think about, okay, this is totally different than that, so how am I going to do it with this way. So ideally, I want to cut down from 3 tracks to 2 tracks. 1 track, probably the outer track, I don't know, but I'm going to have it set up a lot higher on a grade than what I have it. I've got the foam work. Yeah, where to go? I got the foam work there for it, so that's not an issue. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So I will be taking this back up, what I just laid down. Probably the middle track I'm going to take up completely. The outer track I'm going to move in probably close to where the middle track is. Although I may take the inner loop and bring it over about an inch. This will give me room for the outer loop to be close to where the middle loop is. I know it's a little confusing and I apologize, but I'm still trying to figure this all out in my head as I go. But I'm getting a rough idea. And then this way I can build tunnels on the outer loop, and I can make a higher grade. I would love to do a bridge. I do have 2 bridges. I don't know how to incorporate those into my bench work, but I want something other than a normal flat, I hate to use the word typical flat layout. I want to, jazz it up a little bit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. And yeah, so while I'm thinking of it, this middle section right here, okay, let me zoom out just a hair. Okay, this middle section, originally by the track plans, I had it set up 2 feet wide. And then I had a realization that that's probably not going to be wide enough. So I went with 3 feet wide, or it's just a hair over 3 feet wide. That is still not quite wide enough. Not for all my roundhouses. I have 3 roundhouses. My roundhouses stick off just a little bit. They stick out just a little bit. So there is a very good possibility, and I hate to do this because I basically built all of this by myself, one-handed. But I may take this down, widening it another foot, but I may shorten it anywhere from 6 to 12 inches. No more than 12 inches, but less than 12 inches. That part I've really got to think about, and then got to see what's going to happen with that. But it would be better for me to widen this section at least to 4 feet. I can shorten it, and that won't be a problem. So whatever I widen, it's going to have to come this way. We're going to go that way because I'm okay with the space in between there. I don't feel so cramped there, but I've got plenty of room here that I can widen this out another foot and still be okay with room. If I do that, although the bridge, widening it out, another foot, it's going to be a little oomph getting in between right here, but I'll figure that part out. That's why I had it in my head I may shorten it about 6 to 8 inches. 10 inches maybe okay, and if I do that, then I might be okay, but I'll have to play with that and do some mock-ups and whatever. But that's where I'm at, everybody. Sorry for the rambling there, but yeah, that's where I'm at. So pretty much everything's gonna have to come back up and be redone. The lift out section, I don't know. I really don't want to mess with this, but if I have to, I have to. This is just caulk. I can dig that out. Um, Pretty much by the way this looks, if I keep these two, this would be outer, this would be inner, this would be gone. I might be okay. I might get it okay with that. But that's where I'm at. So, all right, everybody. Hope everybody has a good day. I hate to be the bearer of bad news about this, but I wasn't completely happy with all of this, and it's better to do it now versus having the ballast glued in, the track pinned in and glued and all that stuff and weathered, and then have to say, nope, I don't like this, I'm not happy, and then got to rip it all up. So it's better to do it now where nothing is permanent, and this is why I'm a firm believer of testing everything for a good month or so, double checking everything before you start ballasting and gluing and everything and making everything permanent, because you just never know. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and yeah, hope everybody has a good day. Take care, be safe. Summer's gonna be brutal, so yeah. And there'll be more videos. I got stuff I gotta work on. My scale trains, J-class. Still waiting on the lighting board for the tender. Sitting on my workbench. Supposed to be here sometime this week. You know, I'm not gonna get into any of that right now because I'm aggravated with all that, but whatever. But yeah, I got other videos I want to make. You know, I got models I want to build, buildings I gotta build. Yeah, so as you hopefully saw in, I think, my other video I just did, this is my cooling tower space, water tower, and then I have a sand house. So these are the footprints for it. So I got those to build. Those are going to take me a while because, you know, the Campbells, they're all wood, got to be stained and glued. So, but all right, everybody, that's where I'm at. Take care. Sorry for the rambling. Have a good day. Be safe. Thanks for watching.